care. How are you?
Whoa, wait a minute. Can I give more shout-outs about Devastation?
Go ahead, man.
Like, I mean, first off, do we have like 5 hours? Because there were so many good players and so many people I met. Like, we got to talk about Tyrant, the Jax player.
Yeah, man, he's awesome.
He was really, really great. I got to play a lot of casuals with him. There was a lot of tearing about Jax, how cheap he is. His corner game is broke, dude. It's broken. You can't defend it.
100% combos.
Yeah, it's not even that. The pressure. He's got an overhead that has plus frames. He's got a low that sometimes has plus frames. If you get hit, you're blown up. You're dead. He's dumb, man.
Yeah, I think they've gone overboard with the Jax buffs.
I don't get it. You gotta give a shout out to, we already talked about Shijinki Jink, who, he blew me up in casuals. I sent him to losers in the tournament, and then in casuals, he bodied me.
Yeah.
Let's see. I played Shuriken Sub-Zero, who's the most bizarre Sub-Zero I've ever played in my life. Most Sub-Zeros hide behind the clone and turtle. This dude, he jumps in, he throws out slide, he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
A random Sub-Zero.
He's crazy. He just comes in and he's aggressive. It makes no sense. I respect that.
I respect that as well.
Yeah, that dude is... He doesn't care if you anti-air him 20 times. He's still coming.
It's Mortal Kombat. No one wants to play like a pussy.
I do, man. Have you seen my matches?
I have seen your matches. I've lost to you, and it's infuriating.
You play Cabal, you have no reason to talk.
Cabal is awesome.
He's stupid, man. I hope they nerf him.
Gets on under 40% BNBs. What are you talking about?
She has no overhead. She has no low. She only gets damage off a whiff or a punish.
And any air fan that connects.
Why are you jumping, man?
I don't know. That's a good question. I gotta stop jumping altogether in Mortal Kombat. That's the secret. That's the secret, everyone, to winning. Don't jump.
That really is the key to fighting Katana. Like, if you saw that mirror, even I didn't do it. I was still jumping. I was like an idiot.
Yeah,
I play the character.
Mirror matches suck.
That up doesn't work.
Right. Pretend there's another input bug.
Oh man, that's another big story. Have you seen that guy that got proof of it using a PC?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's very interesting. That was really the talk of that tournament. Everyone was complaining about it nonstop.
Yeah, Brady just kept saying input bug, input bug.
Tom was hilarious after top 8. Like, he's probably ranted about that for about 10 hours straight. And it's like, wow, dude, we know, man. We agree. We're not the guys denying it. And he's like, everybody's denying it. And we're like, we're not. We all know about it, man.
And tell me about Brady getting up in the tournament organizer's face a couple times.
Thank God for him, man. We need that. Like, they didn't know what was going on. Those guys in the red shirts, the tournament organizers, it's like they had never played a fighting game before. They're like, is this 2 out of 3? Is this 3 out of 5? What's going on?
Yeah.
How does this bracket work? And, guys like me and Tom, we had to be like, what are you guys doing? You can't have every pool have different rules.
Yeah, and they would change it, like, one match, a guy won a 2 out of 3, and then they changed it to 3 out of 5, and Brady was like, fuck that shit.
He's right. And it would have been a clusterfuck more than it already was if it weren't for tournament vets like Tom that won't put up with it.
Yeah.
He was out there making sure we understood the rules before we played. He was out there making sure rules were consistent. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. In my pool, they were going to reset losses after a little mini pool. Like, they split my pool up into 4 pools, which that already makes no sense, but let's just go with that. They were going to reset losses after a mini pool. What the fuck, man? So you could lose twice and still make top 8?
That's insane.
Yeah, and, I had to say, no, this is insanity. You can't run. First off, that's dumb by itself. But when 2 other pools have already gone by and we've done that, you can't switch it like that.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a tournament run so poorly.
Wow.
And I've been to a lot of ghetto-ass tournaments, man. It was really bad.
So this was no Evo.
This was definitely not Evo.
Okay. I hear it was run by a Sindel user, so I don't know if that had something to do with it, but...
Dr. Dog and Jedi Rob, it's their fault ultimately. They were the main guys in charge, but they weren't around. This tournament was more than just a Mortal Kombat tournament. You know, it was huge.
Yeah.
It wasn't even just for fighting games. And they were off dealing with, you know, whatever. And they had these kind of just jobber guys in charge of running the tournament. And there was no coordination. You know, the had to go to Dr. Dog himself. I was like, I need to talk to the head guy. This is so retarded.
Yeah. But on the plus, we got some good WCW talk there for I think 2 hours.
Right. I would say ultimately, I mean, I placed 3rd, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you got 3rd, so.
So everyone that got screwed, that's not really my problem, and it led to us talking about it on the stream. Like, I think everyone would agree this was an entertaining stream because it was such a train wreck. Like, I mean, how often was I going, I don't know what's going on? We don't know what's going on.
Most of the stream, actually.
Right, then we started talking about WCW and Tom's Hamburger.
Yeah.
I think it worked out for the best. Because, let's keep it real, who really cares about in-depth discussion? Does anyone really care anymore? We all know, you know, the game's 6 months old, we know everything. Let's talk about WCW and hamburgers.
That was awesome.
Especially when it's guys who aren't very good.
Absolutely.
You know, when it's like Bryce playing some guy.
Like, the Bryce is right.
Bryce was the man.
I don't even know who Bryce is, but I love that name.
No one knows who Bryce is. He's a mystery, man.
He's an enigma.
I bet we'll never see him again. He'll just be a legend.
You know, I think he's gonna win Evo.
Just imagine if he actually played the game. Think about that, man.
I think Bryce is the next Rio.
Think if Bryce gets the hitbox.
Oh, fuck.
We're doomed, man.
We're fucked. Everybody is.
Yeah.
So, this newest patch that just come out, the dash nerfing, all that shit, how you liking that?
That's the most baffling change I've ever seen in my life. No one was calling for it.
No.
No one knows why it was done. No one likes it. The only 2 opinions I've seen are outrage and indifference. No one's like, man, that's an awesome change. I don't understand the logic of that.
And why would they change it, like, you know, 5 months after the game has been out?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's pretty baffling why they would do that. And it's affecting tournaments.
I'm not convinced it's as big of a change as some people make it out to be. But it is. It does affect the game, and I've never heard a positive argument for it. That's my main problem. There's no camp that's like, no, this needed to happen, and here's why. It's more like, this is terrible, or it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, I hate it. It wasn't necessary.